poppin' YouTube? Welcome back. We are here with another reaction with the bestie Comb, and today we're checking out history's worst Olympic marathon in a nutshell. I don't know. We got recommended this by someone in chat because they threw money at me to watch this video. So here we are. But hey, if you want to do something that's absolutely free, you can hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below to feed the algorithm quads. Check out the original video, link to the description below. Support the original channel. Don't be a dickhead. And hey, while you're here, support me too. Anyways, let's get into it.
Spanning 200 years to ancient Greece, the Olympics have become the pinnacle of athletic achievement, with the awarding of a gold medal being seen as internationally equivalent to winning a Nobel Prize, Pulitzer Prize, or my
I can't believe that in 2008 people thought Michael Phelps was hot.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought when people was saying that, I was like, what the fuck's a Michael Phelps? That's what I thought. I was like, what the fuck is a Michael Phelps? I was like, oh, he a swimmer. I'm like, oh, that's cool, I guess. I don't give a fuck. I was like, that'll be for him though. Happy for him.
Wait.
Also, this picture looks crazy.
Chat, y'all don't know who he is?
I know
one of the greatest Olympic swimmers of all time. Won so many gold medals, he embarrassed the entire world with how many gold medals he won. Bro out here shattering records. Yeah, literally the GOAT. He was on cereal boxes. They had him on so many different commercials. And then he smoked the weeds. He smoked weed once. And they got on his ass for it.
Michael, no.
He failed his drug test like years later when he just smoked some weed, man. It's so fucking sad.
They thought he did they thought he was like doping or something like that. I was like,
no, he was totally clean. He did a great job and he smoked some fucking weed. Like, bro, that's so unlucky. I'd be pissed. I'd be like, what? That's what y'all call me on?
Get on me. Get on me.
It's approval.
I'm him.
The world's best from all walks of life meet to prove their excellence in humanity's greatest cities.
Looking.
Athens, Paris.
Oh, I had to cough.
St. Louis. Yep, the third Olympic Games and America's first outing as host took place in St. Louis in 1904. But early 20th century St. Louis doesn't quite have the sex appeal of Athens or Paris. So how does one spice it up a bit? That's right. Rat poison, brandy, and human experimentation.
What?
Yeah!
Huh?
Yeah!
What's he on about? What's that about? Hey, y'all know what that's about?
Hey, I like this intro. This intro kind of fire.
Kind of samba a little bit? Kind of samba a little bit, though. I'm sorry, what did you say at the end there?
This started with a Nazi. Wait.
Oh, what? Y'all read that bottom part? Okay, yeah. I just want to double check, so I went back to make sure. Okay, we just double checking. I was too busy sambaing. I did not realize what we were getting into. But okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, all right.
Originally, the 1904 Games were
heard that, brother.
But that same year, the World's Fair was celebrating the centennial of the Louisiana Purchase in St. Louis. What would be the world's largest fair today had fascinating exhibits like the first ever X-ray machine, the radio phone, and all your favorite different-looking people on display. Remember, kids, you can't have a fair without a healthy dose of racial superiority.
Filipino?
Mud throwing contests, being the crowd drawers they are, they didn't want to have to compete for spectators. So they threatened to overshadow the Olympics with their own sporting events, and successfully moved the Olympics to St. Louis. The first debacle in the clusterfuck that was the 1904 Olympics.
Racism makes Coma and Alicia uncomfortable.
That was weird.
Yeah, you and I both got mad quiet. We went, we got gagged a little bit.
We just, there was already segregation still in 1904. And we had a little exhibit with Filipino people. Okay.
It was the issue of location. With them lazy right boys not having double-decker Boeing 747s out yet, for foreign athletes, getting to St. Louis involved a lengthy boat trip, followed by a 1,000-mile train ride. Combined with the fact that the Russians and Japanese were having a disagreement at the time,
the Russian-Japanese war
showed up, with only 62 of the 651 athletes hailing from outside of North America. But the eye of the storm centered on the iconic marathon event. The 1904 Olympic Marathon was more freak show than showpiece, ironically more fitting for the fair-like atmosphere than a prestigious sporting event. Instead of the typical morning start time, this one was held in the afternoon, where temperatures soared to 92 degrees Fahrenheit, with humidity in the 90s. This means the race took place with a heat index of a scorching 135 degrees Fahrenheit.
You're gonna pass out! You're gonna pass out!
Marathon conditions are around 41 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. That's like replacing your CPU cooler with a tungsten arc welding torch. Only 32 runners from 4 nations participated in the race. A few were experienced runners, having won or placed in past marathons, but the majority were misfits. Of these misfits, we have 2 South African Tswana tribesmen visiting St. Louis for a certain World's Fair exhibit, who ran the race barefoot. 10 Greeks who had
Holy
never run a
shit!
marathon a day in their lives, and Cuban national Felix Carbajal, a former mailman who demonstrated his running skills throughout Cuba to raise money. He was even reported to have ran the entire span of the island. Once he raised enough, he bought passage to the US and arrived in New Orleans.
Wait, that's
New Orleans.
honestly,
No,
that's fucking badass. What
Hey,
the hell?
W man.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What's this
Fucking
quaint little
racism.
contest? Dice. One in. Oh, well, I suppose I could spare $1 or $2.
Criminal addict. No way.
Upon arrival, Felix lost all of his money on a game of dice.
Oh my
forcing him to
God!
hitchhike and walk his remaining journey to St. Louis. Felix approached the starting line in a long sleeve shirt, long dark pants, street shoes, and, naturally, a beret. Hey, when you're 5 feet tall and amongst marathoners and all their short shorts, thigh glistening glory, you have to stand out somehow. A fellow Olympian felt that and offered him scissors to cut his pants, making him some improvised shorts that bring a smile to any redneck's face. The starting pistol was fired, and the runners embarked on a course that one official called, quote, the most difficult a human being was ever asked to run over. The track consisted entirely of dirt roads and fractured stone, providing difficult footing.
Oh my
with 7
God!
miles ranging from 100 to 300.
Lord.
Oh my God! The least you
What?
could do is
Make the
have an
track even.
right. Is make an even track. What the fuck is
100-foot
this
verticals
terrain?
and long ascents. Running on public
What?
roads also made the race somewhat of a game of Frogger, with runners having to dodge trains, wagons, streetcars, and dog walkers.
What?
the
Not even
fuck?
the air was safe, with cars driving alongside the runners, kicking up dust for them to inhale. Uphill running, dusty mouth, scorching heat. I could really go for some water. What? Water? What are you, a pussy? Meet James Sullivan, chief organizer of the Olympic Games. One day, James pondered a question we all have from time to time. What would happen if I forcibly dehydrated someone? To study the effects of purposeful dehydration,
fuck
James
off.
decided to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, planning a marathon with only a single water station on the course. A dirty well.
What?
11 miles in. That gave you dysentery. At the start of the race, Fred Lorse took the lead, with Thomas Hicks
my
passing him
God.
shortly after. One of the barefoot South Africans was chased a mile off course by wild dogs. John Lorden began vomiting profusely.
What is happening?
What the
is
fuck?
happening? Like,
My boys, and what the fuck? Yeah.
dude, my brain is like struggling.
What is going on here,
I'm
bruh?
pretty sure this is just a Stephen King novel, and people are getting fucking tortured. That's what this is, right?
Probably.
Can we agree? This does not feel like
Some murder, so does not feel real. Why let that
William
zone
Garcia was
marathon?
found collapsing on the brink of death after coughing up blood in the middle of the track, hemorrhaging with a ripped stomach lining and dust-lined esophagus. Interesting. Meanwhile, Felix was actually making good time, despite pausing to talk to every spectator along the track. During the race, Felix casually remembered he hadn't eaten in the past 40 hours. He then saw people in a car with some peaches and asked for one, to which they said no. Hey, the fuck! Later on in the race, he had nuts and apples,
Felix is
which
based.
then turned out to be rotten. He then started cramping and vomiting, so he decided to lay down and take a nap. Despite all odds and setbacks, Felix would actually go on to finish 4th. 9 miles in,
the
Fred Lorse
fuck?
Bro He might took an adventure real quick. He said, whatever.
Bro threw up, took a nap, and still made 4th because of how fucked these conditions are. That's insane.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. But also, what a Giga Chad.
quits after cramping up, hitching a ride to the finish line and waving at bystanders and runners as he passed. Thomas Hicks started to show signs of extreme exhaustion 10 miles in, and begged his coach for water. But his coach, believing the only people who ever needed water were Aquaman and pussies, settled for sponging his mouth out with some warm distilled water. Hicks really started to break down 7 miles from the finish, which is where Dr. Charles Lucas sprung into action, giving him a mixture of strychnine and egg whites. Some call it a performance enhancer, some call it rat poison. I say it's 1904, so what's the difference? Keep in mind, early 20th century doctors were a little more than licensed murderers. The car Fred Lorse was hitching broke down 19 miles in. Having recovered from his cramps, he decided to pull a sneaky and rejoin the race, passing doped-up Hicks and later the finish line in first place.
Oh,
Those
fuck
are the
off!
Bro was cheated!
That's insane! That's insane! Oh my god!
Bro cheated! Bro cheated like a bitch! Oh my god!
Oh my god! Well, you know what? I could probably make the rest.
Him as
Brother
the
just...
winner, and Fred played along. It even went so far that Teddy Roosevelt's daughter, Alice Roosevelt, took a picture with him and placed a wreath over his head. She was lowering the gold medal over his neck when a spectator stepped in. Hey, Yeah, that guy was disqualified.
You suck. You fucking.
Oh my god.
Fucking finally, bitch.
Oh shit!
So
Hey, yo.
I have an imagination. Sue me. The cheers turned to boos as Fred tried to play it off as a joke, claiming that he never intended to go through with it. Meanwhile, Hicks, who had lost motivation when Fred passed him, painfully picked up his pace after hearing of his disqualification. However,
good.
recently poisoned Hicks started to turn gray and limp,
Oh,
so they
rat
dosed him
poison.
again with strychnine and egg whites.
Bro,
so, you know
stop giving him the fucking rat poison!
They killing him.
Listen, the solution here is simple. We poison him more for performance, yes.
how when you're watching the Olympics
Yeah,
and
doctor,
think to yourself,
yes.
these sports have a serious lack of alcoholism. Well, Hicks' team thought so too, so they washed the lethal drug down with some brandy. Why drink water when you can have ethanol? Hicks started running mechanically, like a well-oiled machine. His face sunk, his eyes grew dim, his palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. 20 miles.
Okay, come on, man.
Firmly believing he had another 20 miles to go. He begged his team for something to eat, but they just gave him more brandy instead. Poisoned and shit-faced, just like my 2 a.m. Taco Bell runs, Thomas Hicks swinged and shuffled his way over the final stretch, with his trainers carrying him across the finish line, where he received the gold medal. Only 14 of the original 32 runners finished the race, the worst finish ratio in Olympic history. Here's a graph of gold medal marathon time.
Okay, let's be honest here.
Jesus Christ.
Making it out of that shit alive is the more impressive part.
Yeah, he was dying. He was getting killed.
These boys were murdering this man. Nothing a little swell brandy won't do for you, mate. Come on, just drink it down.
It's 1904. Hey, give me your money. You see, brandy,
suck it on
brandy,
down
trickling, poison.
And yeah, let's get it done, all right? I gotta
And here's Hicks' time. A full 29 minutes and 8 seconds slower than the second longest winning time in history. And almost 45 minutes longer than the slowest finisher in the 2016 Olympic Marathon.
Christ.
It took 1 hour and 4 doctors for Hicks to feel well enough to just even leave the stadium, having lost 8 pounds over the course of the race.
What?
8 pounds in 3
So
hours?
Sullivan's experiment taught us anything.
Okay, so you're telling me, Bestie, the best weight loss guide is to drink rat poison, and brandy. Okay, bitch. All right, put it in the health section.
A weight loss program.
New diet?
So,
Oh, he even said that health weight loss
the
program. He said the
1904
same
Olympic
shit.
Marathon featured the first 2 black Olympic athletes and a BlueJay approved amount of alcohol. It also resulted in multiple near fatalities and resembled less of an expertly organized event and more of an
not
event
W.
than any scheme
That's not good.
influencers.
That's terrible, actually. What the fuck?
Jesus Christ, that was
Informative but scary.
yeah, right? That's a perfect way to recap that. Informative but scary. Yeah. We went through some shit, man. That was insane.
Yikes.
I didn't know about any of that. Oh my god. Well, thanks for watching, YouTube. I hope you maybe learned something alongside me. And hey, if you didn't learn anything because you already knew that, why the fuck do you know that? Why? I don't know. Why do you have that information? Anyways, we'll catch you later. Bye.